normally what I do is it depends. Virtual, I play a virtual video at the back.
Okay, whichever you like. You have a brief presentation which you can give us. That'll be wonderful.
Okay, so this is the one.
This is great. This is great. Wonderful.
Okay.
So I'll just introduce you since we have just got a few people and the people are still joining. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ranveer from Combined Company. We are the authorized representatives of Liverpool John Moores University, and we assist students for study abroad. We've been working with Liverpool John Moores University for the last 20 years, and I'm glad to invite Mr. Shailendra Shilamsetti, who's the regional manager for India, and also an alumni of Liverpool John Moores, and so am I. So we have two people who are alumni of Liverpool John Moores University, and no one better than Shailendra to give you an update of the September intake, plans for September, January, scholarships, course entry requirements, and any further other university updates. So thank you, Shailendra. I'll let you take over. You should be able to share the screen.
Yes. So thanks. Thank you very much, Ranveer. So welcome to all the students and staff of Combined Company. As Ranveer said, my name is Shailendra. I'm the regional manager for Liverpool John Moores University for South Asia, and it's a great opportunity for me to come today to talk about the university, talk about our plans for September. What's happening, everything. I hope I'm audible. My voice is audible and I'm clear. So what we'll do is, guys, we'll do a small presentation, a short presentation. I will not bore you with a big presentation. So in the presentations, it may take about 20 minutes or so. We'll run through a presentation. Meanwhile, while we are doing the presentation, should you have any questions, should any have any questions, please feel yourself to type in the Q&A section, in the Q&A box, type in your questions. So I and Ranveer, at the end of the presentation, we will address all your questions. So any questions on September, university courses, deposit, fees, everything, please go ahead and feel free to type in your questions. So Ranveer, I'll share my screen. Just a sec. Okay. One second. Okay. So I think
yes, we can
you
see
can
that.
see my screen, right?
Right. Wonderful. You can just put it on presentation mode. That'll be.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do that.
Wonderful.
Clear? I think
yes.
clear, right?
Yes, we can see that.
Wonderful. Okay, so this is the beautiful city of the waterfront of Liverpool, guys. As I said, this is my details. Okay, agenda this morning is this afternoon, in fact, we will have a brief about the city of Liverpool. We'll talk a brief about Liverpool John Moores University, some faculties. We'll talk about our very popular 2 years programs. We'll have a brief about our scholarships and admissions. And as I said, finally, we will have more time for the Q&A sessions.
Right.
Because it's very important. We clarify all your doubts.
Right.
Okay. Before we start, just to clear the fact is the update from the university is it's our intention to start the next academic year on time with the week 1 of teaching starting on the 28th of September. Okay. So for those of you who are confused, who don't know what's happening, you have the lot of press about universities postponing the intake, universities online, not running, and everything. From the university's point of view, all our programs will start physically in the UK from the 28th of September with a maximum extension until the 14th of October. Okay. So
right.
28th is we start. And we will take a blended approach, blended in the sense wherein 80% of the classes will be physically in Liverpool, 20% which requires big lecture halls and you need to go to other outside the UK. Those areas we might go in for an online approach. Okay. So as not many of you might be aware, there is a 14-day quarantine for anybody coming into the UK.
Right.
And as a university, we will provide free quarantine services in your halls of residence. So it's a home quarantine. So you have to stay for 14 days within your halls of residence, and we'll provide that free of cost. Okay. CASs have already started. We already started issuing CASs from 21st June, and many of our students have also started applying for the visas. Okay. Okay, why LJM is very popular? We are one of the top 10 popular universities from India. Because we are popular because of huge portfolio of courses. Liverpool as a city is a very popular student destination. We do a lot of 2 years programs in engineering and business. We do IELTS waivers for Indian students, and our offer processing time is around 48 hours. Okay. For those of you who are not aware, this is basically the city of Liverpool. It is 2 hours from London city. For those of you who are not aware, guys, Liverpool is the 5th largest UK city and 2nd largest student city in the UK after London. So, and it has been voted as the 8th best city in the world to visit. So definitely, you know, the many students choose Liverpool. That's the reason why it is the 2nd largest student city. Why they choose Liverpool is because it's very, very affordable city. The cost of living is very, very cheap, and accommodations are very cheap, and there are a lot of part-time job opportunities. Okay. So these are some of the pictures about Liverpool. Also, you can see in my background video, the video which is playing, you can see the city of Liverpool at the back. Okay. So this is the waterfront, and Liverpool is very famous for its football clubs, for the Beatles, Liverpool Football Club and Everton Football Club, 2 football clubs which are very, very popular. Okay. Now coming to the city of Liverpool, coming to Liverpool John Moores University, we are the 48th ranked university in the UK, 49 to be precise, 49th ranked UK university out of 160 universities. But if you look at we may not be good in courses like, you know, policing or photography, those areas. But if you look at key subjects, Liverpool John Moores University School of Art and Design, for every art enthusiast students, for fashion students, we are the top 10 in the UK. For accounting and business, we are the top 11 in the UK. For journalism, we are the top 15. For those of you who are looking to study engineering with us, electrical, electronics, civil, we are the top 12th in the UK. And we are the top 28th pharmacy school and top 28th engineering architecture school. And our School of Sports Science is the 9th best department in the world. So if you look at the major courses, major subject areas, business, engineering, journalism, arts, architecture, sports science, we are in the top 25 in the UK. Okay. So it's a very, very high ranked departments. Right. So the university has got 5 different faculties. Each faculty is divided into different departments, and so I will not go in deep about every department because it may take 2-3 hours to run through. I would request every one of you to go to the website and check everything in detail. I'm only highlighting courses in postgraduate studies and courses which have been popular amongst Indian students. Okay. So in our Faculty of Science, we have Department of Pharmacy and Biomolecular Sciences and Department of Sport and Exercise Science. For every biotech students who are in this webinar today, we have four specialistic courses: MSc Biomedical Science, MSc Cosmetic Science, Industrial Biotechnology, and Forestry Bioscience. And our MSc Cosmetic Science is one of the most popular courses because there are only 2 universities in the UK and 8 universities in the world which do cosmetic science. And our cosmetic science course also includes a 3 months placement at Unilever. It's a very, very popular course in the UK. So any women students who are biotech students, go and apply for the cosmetic science. For those who are doing pharmacy students, we do MSc Drug Design, Discovery, and Pharmaceutical Analysis. And I think you guys are the most sought after now. You know, these are the 2 specialist courses we do in pharmacy. For sport enthusiasts, for sports science students or physiotherapy students, our Department of Sport and Exercise Science, we do 5 courses. Sport and Exercise Science, Clinical Physiology, Sport and Clinical Biomechanics, all these are very, very popular courses, and these are all placement-based courses. Okay. So any physiotherapy students, sports science students, please review these courses. Our business school is accredited by the AACSB, which is Association of Advanced Collegiate Schools of Business. Most of our courses are accredited. We do a mix of 2 years programs and 1 year programs. So our 2 years programs will include MSc International Business Management, Digital Marketing. These all comes with an added internship or placements. And we do 1 year programs in investment banking, human resource management, and international tourism management as well. So any business student who want to come on for business studies, these are the courses we offer. Okay. As I said, Liverpool School of Engineering, Department of Engineering is the 11th best in the UK. It's a very high ranked department. In the Department of Electrical Electronics Engineering, these are the 4 courses we do. All are comes with a 1 year placement. In the Department of Electrical Built Environment, these are the 4 courses: construction management, real estate, quantity surveying, civil engineering. All are again 24 months. So 12 months study, 12 months is your placement. In the faculty in the Department of Maritime and Mechanical Engineering, these are the 4 courses we do: marine offshore engineering, maritime operation management, port management. In your Department of Computer Science, again we are a very, very popular computer science school. We do MSc Data Science, we do Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning, MSc Computer Science and Cyber Security. If you see, we do very specific courses. MSc Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning, which is for the future. MSc Computer Science with Augmented and Virtual Reality, and Data Science. So these are for any computer science students. These are some of the programs we do. For arts students, as I said, our School of Faculty of Arts and Professional Studies, we are ranked 10th in the UK. So in a School of Art and Design, we do architecture, fashion, graphic design, urban design. And we have Liverpool Screen School, where we do journalism and screenwriting, and we do humanities and social science. So these are some of the very, very popular courses. In the Faculty of Health, we have a public health, Liverpool Public Health Institute for all public health students, medical students, nurses. We do in our Liverpool School of Nursing and Allied Health. We do a lot of advanced healthcare practice, which is a very, very popular subject. We do nursing, which is very popular. And in Liverpool School of Psychology, again, we do brain behavior, health psychology. So these are some of the courses we do in Faculty of Health. Okay. A brief about the internship programs, again, to review it. These are the 4 programs in electrical. These are the courses in construction. This is a program that computer science. Just to make you aware, guys, about what these programs. Basically, we have 3 routes for all our engineering placement programs. Route 1 is a 12 months only program without any placement. Route 2 is a program which is 24 months, wherein you 12 months is study, 12 months is a paid internship. But the internships are subject to interviews with employers. We will give you guidance, we will assist you with guidance, we will assist you with all the appropriate placements. End of the day, you have to pass an interview. Touch wood, something happens, you don't pass the interview, you're automatically put into route 3, wherein it's against 24 months, where it's a project-based study within the university. But these are not paid. So you'll be placed in a company where you work on a project provided by the university. So these are the 3 routes for all of engineering programs. Okay. So these are the business programs, and business program is slightly different. Your internship or business consultancy project is incorporated within the program. Okay. So you graduate only after the end of the 22 months. Okay. It's a 22 months program. So what actually happens in the internship is basically you and your fellow students, we provide you with a business consultancy project, which you have to work in a business in the UK. Okay, so you're placed in Amazon, you're placed in different companies where you have to work on a project, and you come back and finish your master's MSc certificate. Okay, and these are not paid. So there's a difference between your business-based programs and engineering-based programs. Okay. A brief about our fees. All our classroom-based undergrad postgrad is £15,600, and that's for 1 year. And all our laboratory-based, which is engineering courses, are £16,100. Our placement fee is 63650, provided once you get a placement. Okay, so this is in brief. So you have to pay the fees in 3 installments. You have to pay 4,000. Installment 1 is 4,000. You have to pay in India. 4,050 you have to pay on enrollment in the UK. The balance you have to pay in February 2021 for students starting in September. So all our fees are payable in 3 installments. Okay. So again, we give a lot of scholarships. Every postgraduate student is guaranteed with a £3,000 tuition fees waiver or a scholarship. And every undergrad students will get a £3,000 in the first year and 1,000 every year. He will get a £5,000 scholarship. So if you see, ideally, you will be paying 13,100 or 12,600 only. So we are quite an affordable university. Okay. So 13,100 is again payable in 3 installments. Okay. These are the scholarships. Okay. Our cash process is very, very simple. You pay £4,000 deposit, we will issue the cash. There is no pre-cash interviews, post-cash interviews, or financial documents needs to be submitted for cash. It's a very, very simple process. Okay, I understand many of you, maybe skeptical about what happens if I can't travel, what happens if the flights don't start, what happens if the intake is shifted, what happens if COVID increases. So it's an assurance from the university is any deposit paid, whether it's £1,000 or £5,000 or £10,000, all your deposits are fully refundable. Okay, we will not charge any sort of administrative fees or expenses towards your deposit. Should you not want to travel to the UK for any reason, we will refund all your deposit. The total 100% will be refunded back to you. So this is an assurance from the university. Just to understand the qualification, what you require to get onto your undergrad courses, you need to have 65% in 12th standard. To get onto a master courses, you need to have 53% in your undergraduation. These are our requirements. Okay, as a university, we provide IELTS waivers. So students who have got 70% and above in the standard 12th English, we will waive their IELTS. So there is no need for them to require to take IELTS. Okay, but these are specifically for students who have done CBSE, ICSE, and from Delhi, Maharashtra, Andhra, Telangana, Karnataka, Goa, Kerala, and Tamil Nadu boards only. We will not provide waivers to students from other boards like Punjab or Haryana. Okay, so if your score in 12th is English score in 12th is 70 and above, you are not required to do an IELTS or any other test. Okay. Okay, so this is an MOI. If you have done your 12th somewhere before 2014, that means you are a mature student. You have done your 12th in 2010, 2008, 2009. In those cases, we require you to have an MOI plus 70% in your 12th. Okay. So students who don't have the 70% in 12th, can't do the IELTS, these are our other acceptable tests. We accept Pearson's, we accept Duolingo, which is again easy, which you can do from your home, and we accept TOEFL as well. So these are the other tests we accept. Okay, I would request every one of you before traveling to the UK, please sort out your accommodation before traveling. Whether you want to try university accommodation or you want to try a private accommodation, but please see that your accommodation is sorted even before traveling. Okay, so I think I covered most of the points. Okay, so Ranveer, if there's anything you want me to cover specifically or you want me to address, I'm more than happy. I think we have covered most of the important points which students need to understand.
Right, thank you, Shailendra. That was very informative. And let's just see some of the questions. One of them is from Atul Vishwakarma, inquiring about last date of deposits, whether it could be extended due to education loan process. Let me see if I can get him on the line, Atul. Hi, Atul.
Hello, hi.
Hi.
Hi, Atul. How can we help you today?
Hi, good evening. So I just want to know about the deposit date. Yeah, can it be extended or not?
Okay. So Atul, if you're planning to come in September, see, there is no fixed deadline for our deposits, unlike other universities. Okay. So can I understand, Atul, for which program you're looking at?
MSc Civil Engineering.
Okay. So our MSc Civil Engineering is a 2 years program. You have a 1 year as well.
Yeah.
I think, but so you want to do for a 1 year or 2 years program?
1 year.
Okay. So if you the start date is the same anyway. So for our MSc Civil Engineering program, we start on 20th of September. We take only 20 students per class.
Okay.
So once the 20 students are filled, we close the admissions. So there is no fixed date as such. So what we would recommend you, Atul, is you can pay £1,000 and secure your seat.
Okay, I can do the £1,000 and
Yes.
secure my seat.
So we are requesting students, because as I understand, banks are closed, because the COVID, education loans are taking time. So two things you need to understand. We will send you a cash letter only on receipt of £4,000. Okay.
Okay.
So you can wait for and pay 4,000 by end of August. There might be a chance that the course might be full.
Okay.
Alternatively, as a security, what we are saying is you pay £1,000 and secure your place. And before August 31st, you have to pay the remaining 3,000.
Okay, so I can pay 1,000 and block
And
my
confirm
seat.
your seat. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And worst case, something happens, you don't want to come, you can always ask the refund back.
Okay. So how long
Okay.
does the process take? Like if I give
Okay.
my £1,000, then
So
when
are
can I
you
get the
already holding an
confirmation?
offer, Atul?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So if you process in the sense, what sort of process you're asking?
Like when can I get the confirmation once I get the £1,000?
Okay. So once you pay the £1,000, the seat will be definitely confirmed. So it will directly go to our SIS. The student that a deposit will be reflecting under your SIS. So the seat will be blocked.
And the CAS, I think, takes no more than 3 to 5 working days.
Yes.
Yes, so it'll be 3 to 5 working days turnaround time. And the CAS, which is basically your visa
letter.
sponsorship letter, yes, on the basis of which you can apply for a visa, for which we will guide you. We can use that along with all your requisite funds for your visa application. So 3 to 5 working days is my understanding. Am I right, Shailendra?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
But one thing, Atul and one minute is, CAS will only be released on receipt of £4,000.
I see. Okay.
Okay.
So he has
So
to pay the
CAS
full
will
£4,000, right?
Yeah. So on receipt of £4,000, we will send an acceptance form which the student has to sign and send.
Right.
On receipt of acceptance forms, in 48 hours, we will issue the CAS.
And the latest start date you mentioned was
28th of September.
28th September is the start date. Is that the orientation or the actual course start?
So that's the actual start date. The orientation start from the 22nd.
22nd.
But again, we recommend students come here by the 24th or 25th.
Right.
So it's always, guys, Atul and other students, it's always important you plan well in advance, because the visa centers have opened.
Yes.
Students have started applying for the visas.
Yes.
I think in the news coming up that international flights will also start functioning from the 20th of July or something like that.
Yes.
Okay. So it's important you have to plan, because now the visa processing time might take around 2 weeks or more.
That's right.
And on arrival in the UK, you have to go in for a 14 days home quarantine.
Right.
So ideally, you have to be in the UK by the 15th of or 16th of September.
Right. And the quarantine period could be either in the university accommodation, which is always preferable, or private sector.
Personally, we would always recommend you to have accommodations within the university, because they are safer and secure.
Yes.
But again, there are a lot of private accommodations around the city of Liverpool.
Yes.
You will see all behind me, you have a lot of accommodations.
Right.
But end of the day, guys, Ranveer and team is, if it's a university accommodation, we are also providing the 14-day free quarantine within your halls of residence.
So the accommodation is free for the 14 days.
It's free for the 14 days.
Which is the same accommodation where the student would have stayed?
Yes. The same accommodation where the student
his preference or her preference.
Yes. But I'm not sure if private parties will provide that any.
That I don't think. I think that's the same guidance from the UKVI also, to stay on university accommodation, so that there are no added, external issues of rent or electricity or power and heat and light and things like that. And obviously taking care of your daily meals at your university managed accommodation.
And as a university also, we are doing everything we can, to to take the sanitization, everything for the students.
Right.
After some time, I'll play a video as well. What is that we are doing
Yes.
to keep you secure as well, so that students will have.
Right. I think that certainly would be useful. Anything else, Vikram? Atul?
I just want to know what if the education loan process takes too much time, and what if I cannot make it on 30th September? So is there?
See, we can give a maximum extended deadline until the 14th of October.
Okay. 14th of
And
October.
that would be stated in the CAS, or at least made
It will
a
be
note
stated in
on
the
the
CAS.
CAS. That's
Yes.
Okay.
With the CAS.
So working backwards, Atul, obviously you should be ready to apply for your visa depending upon whenever you get your education loan, but no later than ideally mid to end August. I would say that given that it takes 15 days for a visa currently as per UKVI guidance, you should be looking to apply for your visa by August sometime. Earlier the better, but I would say 15th August to 30th at the latest, so that you get your visa.
Okay. That's it. Thank you so much for the information.
All right.
I was really worried about this.
Yeah, no, but obviously get in touch with us. We can guide you. You're in touch with one of our counselors, right?
Yeah. I'm in touch with Harshali.
Right. So you should do that and see how best we can guide you. Which bank are you taking your education loan from?
I'm taking from Bank of India.
Bank of India.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the amount?
It's around 18 lakhs.
Okay. So you need to obviously have some mortgage or some collateral in place. And if you started that, obviously it takes 2 to 4 weeks typically for a collateral based education loan. And we can guide you
they'll
accordingly.
visit the property and
Right. Okay. The important thing, Atul, is £4,000 is your deposit, which is required in order to initiate your CAS and visa process. It's in your interest to obviously pay your deposit at the earliest so that you can start the preparation for your accommodation, and the deposit is refundable as what Shailendra has mentioned.
Yes.
So you don't have anything to lose from that point of view. And obviously this course is one of the, I think engineering is very highly ranked at Liverpool JMU, and you're doing the 2 years civil engineering course, right?
No, just the 1 year.
You're doing the 1 year, is it? Okay. You're opted for the 1 year. Maybe useful to indicate some indication of the placements, perhaps, Shailendra, for the 2 year masters.
So for our 2 years masters, Ranveer and other students
right.
The second year is all about, we place you in the company in the UK wherein you have to work for 1 whole year.
Right.
Or you can also take up a group consultancy project which is provided by the university.
Right.
Okay, the placements are paid, but they're subject to interviews. The consultancy project, what we provide, they're not paid, but it will give you the industrial experience.
Right.
So the additional fees will be paying for the placement is 3650.
Right.
That's the additional fees you pay.
Right.
But personally, I would recommend it's always better to go in with the 2 years program, that will give you the added industrial exposure or real time work environment. Because as many of you are aware, after you graduate, you will go in with a 2 years of post-study work visa.
Right.
So the placements or the industrial projects are a launch pad, would be a launch pad for your post-study work. So personally, I would recommend you do, but again, it all depends. We also have the same course in 1 year as well. We have the options available. It's up to you. What is it you want?
Right. What can you give us an indication of what kind of stipend the student might get in your second year placement?
The minimum paid internship, the minimum students will get is £18,342 per year. 18,342 pounds. That's 18,000 pounds is what they get per year. That's the minimum
for the second year placement, which is part of the course.
Yes.
Right. 18,000 pounds. Okay.
Yes. That is a minimum, but we go until 23,000 pounds as well.
Right. Which is more than sufficient to take care of your accommodation, living, and obviously some, accommodation living in, I think in Liverpool is no more than what, 7,000 to 9,000 pounds for the full year.
7,000 max.
Yes. So
it's not only the money you'll be earning, guys. It's also the exposure and the industrial experience you will get.
Right. Which is very
something
important.
very, very useful.
That's right. And I think engineering is on the skilled shortage occupation list in the UK.
There's a lot of requirement
which is
for
on the
skilled
UK Gov
engineers.
website. So it's a highly skilled and occupation shortage in the United Kingdom,
Yes.
which would be good. Wonderful.
So
Okay,
what,
Atul. Yeah, sorry.
yeah, so can I upgrade my course once I go there, or do I have to upgrade
We would
from here?
recommend you to update your, if you are looking for a 2 years program, we recommend you to upgrade. So talk to the combined company team and they will update you to the offer. You can also do it on enrollment as well. But again, you know, as I say, you know, at the time of enrollment, the course might be full for the 2 years.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
And your CAS would be 2 years at the time of your visa application, right?
Yes.
So you would get a 2-year visa upfront as opposed to reapplying after 1 year.
And what about the deposit? Do I have to
Same.
same? It will be the same.
See, deposit till 1 year, everything is the same for every student.
Right.
Okay. But the only thing is, for a 1 year course, the CAS will be for 16 months. I think, yeah, 16 months.
Right.
For the 2 years program, the CAS will be for 28 months. So 24 months. A visa will be for 28 months. The CAS will be for 12 months. A visa will be for 16 months.
So 2 years, and for the 2-year program, 2 years plus 4 months.
Yes.
After which you then apply for your graduate immigration route.
The post
Which is 2 years, which is your post-study work visa for 2 years.
Yes.
So it will be in total 4 years.
Yeah. So basically, Atul, what happens is, see, that's what I'm saying. End of the day, we recommend it's up to you. You know, the additional fees you'll be paying will be around 3,000 to 4,000 pounds for the placement. That is the second year.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
Yeah. But so what we're saying is, students who already have prior experience and all, they find it very, very easy. That's a launch pad for your work.
Right.
You know, so you decide, you know, you decide what is that you want to do, and the call is yours. So talk to the counselors at Combined Company and they will help you with your process.
Okay. I'll do that. I'll think about it.
Excellent,
Okay,
Atul.
thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
We have a question from Vikram Singh Rajput saying, I have a diploma with CGP of 6.8 and undergrad of 5.5. Can I apply? You didn't mention, let me just see, Vikram Singh, you didn't mention which course. Let me try and put you on the speaker. Hi, Vikram.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hi. Hi, yes, please go ahead. Just mention what course you're interested in the MSc or MEng?
Yes, sir. My voice is able to hear me?
You'll have to be a little clearer and louder.
Sir, is it audible? Am I clear? Is it echoing? Does it echo, sir?
I can't hear you too well, but if you can then type your response in the chat.
Is it echoing? Echoing, sir? Is there an echo?
There is an echo, yes.
Oh, sorry, sir. Due to acoustic of the house. Surrounding the house.
Okay, just put your question in the chat then.
Yes, sir. Sir, just 1 minute.
Okay, so what is your question for which course? You have a diploma with CGP of 6.8, undergrad of 5.5. You're keen for which course? Civil engineering, okay. So same course. All right, same course as Atul, right?
But I think Vikram is looking for undergrad study, right, Vikram?
He's looking for masters.
But he has got just a diploma, right? Atul?
And undergrad of 5.5.
Oh, okay. You got it. Okay.
Right.
So what is your score in civil? What is your academic percentage, Vikram?
Sir, 51.
51.
Yes.
Okay. Have you got any experience?
No, sir. 2019. It's last year I got it, and currently studying for certification process.
Okay. So Vikram, normally we ask for 55 as a minimum requirement for our undergrad courses. Okay.
Yes.
So what I would recommend you to do is, you know, get in touch with Ranveer and Combined Company team, and we have to, you know, see what we can do with your application.
Yeah.
The 51 is compatible lower score.
Is yours a 3-year or a 4-year program?
Sir, like after diploma, it's a 3-year program.
After diploma, you did a 3-year program.
Yes, sir. And sir, in diploma, as you mentioned, that all 3 years should be English in your slide. So, how is it like all the 3 years English can be completed? Can go just English in the first year.
Did you get that, Shailendra?
I was talking about diploma. You said you all three. You can get an IELTS waiver. Is that what you want to ask?
No, sir. So in the slide, you had a
Yeah.
slide, right? Yeah. So English language was mentioned that all the 3 years for diploma
Correct.
English should be, but only the first year has English, sir. So how is it
Yeah.
possible?
So basically, Vikram, for diploma students, some boards like Andhra and Kerala, Tamil Nadu boards, I don't know which board you have done, they have a diploma wherein all 3 years they have English.
Okay.
So students who do a diploma program wherein all year 1, 2, 3, they have English subject and they have got 17 English, we will waive the IELTS for those students.
Yes, sir. I have that. Am I eligible?
But you have only 1 year, right? You don't have the English in year 2, year 3, right?
Sir, but mode of English means mode of teaching was English.
Medium
No,
of
mode
instruction.
of, we are not talking about mode of sub-study. I think mode of sub-study everywhere in India is English only, most
Right.
cases.
Right.
So, Vikram, you to clarify, you need to have English as a subject in year 1, year 2, year 3 of diploma.
Okay.
And you should have scored 50% above, 70% above, sorry.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is that.
Otherwise, he has to do one of the 3 alternative tests, is it?
Alternatively, you can do the other tests, alternative tests.
Sir, one more thing. Sir, what is the current situation there? Because like numbers are increasing on the news also we see every day. It's a terrible.
So Vikram, the current situation is way better than India, I can say. Okay. So now the UK, the lockdown 2 has also started. Everybody is even cricket matches also have started. Okay. So I think England is playing Pakistan, I mean West Indies as we speak at the Lord's Stadium.
Yes,
So
yes.
everybody, and we are also have to report to the universities by the 28th of July.
Okay, yes, sir.
Okay. So we are taking all the precaution, guys. We are taking all the precautions. So just to understand for the team here, Ranveer, what I'll do is I just want to, play one video.
Yes, yes.
Let me check if
So quarantine is for the people. But sir, what about the virus itself? Like the virus doesn't know that it's being quarantined. People are being quarantined.
second. Okay, so guys, this is.
We are adapting
And
to the
just
challenges
maximize that,
presented by the crisis and taking steps. At LJMU, the safety and well-being of our students, staff and visitors is our #1 priority. We are adapting to the challenges presented by the crisis and taking steps to allow us to move forward together. For your safety, we are carrying out enhanced regular cleaning in all of our buildings. Our dedicated staff are thoroughly cleaning things like door handles, handrails and buttons for lifts and doors. If you think additional cleaning is required in one of our buildings, please alert a member of staff at the reception desk or ring the help desk on 0151 231 5555. We've implemented a one-way system in all our buildings with signs and floor markings to create a safe and socially distanced flow of people. Where required, staircases are clearly marked up and down only. We reduce the risk of passing on germs if we keep our hands clean, so we've installed hand sanitising stations in all of our buildings. Use them as often as you like. Please don't touch your eyes, nose or mouth if your hands aren't clean. Face coverings are mandatory on university premises. We have free LJMU face coverings for all students and staff who wish to use them. We'll be giving them out as soon as people arrive back on campus. Please don't be embarrassed about wearing them. It shows you care about others. We want you to get the most from your experience when you return to campus, so we've expanded the range of learning spaces available to students and staff to ensure social distance can be maintained. We all have a responsibility to look out for one another, so help us to keep LJMU safe. Visit our website to find updates and FAQs on what we're doing to make your student experience as safe and rewarding as possible.
So I think that could cover most of the
Yes.
doubts. And so guys, one thing is UK, we have taken as a country, we have taken every precaution necessary to see that you guys are safe.
Sorry, we just lost your audio.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
The video was playing again.
Okay.
So we have taken every measures, as you can see in the video, to see that you are safe within the campus and within the city of Liverpool. Okay, be rest assured. Guys, you have one thing you need to understand, guys, is we have to stay with the COVID. It is not something which will end today or tomorrow.
Right.
It may be there for 6 months, 1 year, everything. So we have to stay with it and take necessary precautions. Our health is our safety. Okay. It's not like what the government does or what everybody does. As long as you are safe and you follow the protocols, nothing will happen to you. As simple as that.
And that's nationally, internationally. So no one is any different. And if you'd just like to elaborate, there's a hybrid delivery model also for the first semester, which you mentioned.
Yes.
You had a slide on that, which you.
So basically, as in with other universities, most of the universities will be taking a blended approach.
Right.
Blended in the sense, 80% of our teaching will be physical, classroom-based, face-to-face teachings. 20% is there's a chance that we may go online within the university.
Right.
Okay. So online in the sense, for example, architecture, for instance, our architecture students, as a study tour, they have to go to Belgium.
Right.
So that model might go onto an online mode. That's it. So basically, where possible, we would 80% will be face-to-face only. That's
right. So minimized hybrid distance learning model, taking into account our health and safety protocols, which I think all universities are now doing as per UKVI guidance and the UK Gov Health NHS guidance. So let's just move on to the next question.
Yeah, please.
We have Divina Sethi interested for MSc Positive Psychology. Questions are, is there a JAN entry and what is the scholarship and any placement in the program? So I'll just see if I can get Divina Sethi. Hi, Divina. I'm just trying to put you on speaker. Hi, Divina. Sorry, I put someone else on speaker. Let me do that again.
Divina, Divina, is it? Hi, Divina.
Yeah. Hi, Divina. Can you hear us?
Hi, can you hear me as well?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm Divina's mother. I'm
sorry. Okay.
on her behalf, so no
problem.
Please,
fine.
Okay. So actually, Divina is presently in the UK only. She's in London. She's doing her master's in mental health studies at King's College, and she will complete her course in September. September 20 this year.
Okay.
So we were looking. She is looking at updating her knowledge and trying to pursue another master's program, and also get an option of the graduate entry to the UK for a work experience. So we were looking at, so her actual BRP is valid till January 21. So is there an option to, apply for is there an option for a January 21 entry for any of the psychology programs?
Okay, so Ms. Sethi, number one, very well your daughter can apply to another university for a Tier 4 visa from within the UK.
Yeah.
Yes.
There is no need for her to come back to, as long as she has a valid entry to stay in the UK, she can apply. That's number one.
Yeah.
Okay. Number two is, at the moment, we may not have a Jan 21 entry for our psychology programs.
Okay.
And even if we have, the Jan 21 courses will be updated by the 22nd of August or end of August.
Okay.
Only then we will know whether we'll have a Jan 21 start. In most cases, Jan starts will be mostly for engineering and business-based programs. Maybe we may not have a psychology program as a Jan start. But I will update a combined company team if at all there is a Jan start for the program.
It's currently offered, Shailendra, for September start, is it?
Yeah. So we do have a September start, yes.
Okay. So may I inquire, Ms. Sethi, why? Because she would have already graduated by September or even August.
September 30th is her, her end of the course, the dates that have been given.
Right.
So she's presently doing her dissertation, which is part of the master's program. So she's busy with that. So we weren't sure whether the two things can be combined, or whether because to apply, she would need all the scores and etc. for all that. So we were wondering that, she gets a little bit of time to start with the next program. So January 21 would be an ideal situation for her.
Because, ma'am, the thing is,
Yeah.
most of the universities, September is a major start.
Right.
Okay.
And wherein all the 100% programs would be available for September, and only 20% of the programs will be available for Jan start.
Okay.
Out of 168 UK universities, only mostly 32 universities will have a Jan start.
Okay.
Not every university, even King's College, I don't think they have a Jan start, for
That's
instance.
right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So September is considered a major start. That's the reason why we give emphasis on September. So what she can do is, she can apply with what all documents she has presently.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so let her put an application first.
Right.
And basically the university will request for any transcript, they can request directly from King's.
Okay.
And as I said, our courses start on the 28th of September with an extended start date until the 14th of October.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so
there is enough
basically,
time.
instead of waiting till October, November, and then applying for, I would suggest step 1, put an application for September 2020.
Fine.
Submit all the documents. If she can't definitely come on, this you always have an option of deferring to Jan or next year September.
Okay. Okay.
So that is what I would decide she does.
Right.
Yeah.
And as of the scholarship funding, that the options were there, are they applicable also for art students like this?
For every student, for psychology students especially, every student, our fees are 15,600 pounds, and she will get a guaranteed 3,000 pound scholarship. 12,600 is what she actually will be paying.
Okay.
So that is a confirmed scholarship for every student who has an offer.
Right.
But
And
12,000
my third
pounds,
question.
yes. Sorry, go ahead, please.
Yeah. No. And my third question was, is there a placement option included within, because most of these courses have a placement option. So
Okay.
is there a placement option here?
So basically, ma'am, there is an internship project as a part of the course, but we don't have a year-long placement for this program.
Okay. Yeah.
Most of the psychology programs, most of the these programs, it doesn't require actually a 1-year placement like engineering or business.
Right.
Yeah.
So we don't have any placement program associated with the psychology program.
But the voluntary, like you were saying, like the internship or voluntary, that would
as a part of the course, yes, the dissertation, the study dissertation can have something like an industrial placement or a placement in a company or a society within the UK.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was asking for.
The total course duration would be 1 year.
Months.
Yeah, 12 months, 1 year.
Yes, the course duration is 1 year, right? Okay.
After which you can certainly avail of the graduate immigration route of 2 years.
Yes.
Automatically,
and, Yes, and if we were to apply now, and we were, like you were saying, pay the deposit for that 4,000 pounds, and say we change our mind, is it an option, or that we can take a refund if we change our mind, or is it not an option at all? We would have to give a concrete reason for.
So he's perhaps just stepped out for some water.
No problem. I'll ask again.
But there is a full refund being provided to the 4,000 pounds deposit. Am I correct, Shailendra?
Yes. So Mr. Sethi, regarding deposits, one thing is for a CAS to be released, you need to pay 4,000 pounds in India for us to release the CAS, number one.
Okay.
So you can pay it now, or you can pay it anytime before the end of August. Okay. Alternatively, as I was telling other students as well, is because I understand because of the lockdowns, everything, the banking systems are very fragile. So we are telling students to pay 1,000 pounds and secure their place.
Okay.
And by end of August, you can pay the remaining 3,000 pounds.
Okay.
That is the payment. It's up to you.
Right.
Okay, number one. And touchwood, you pay, let's say 4,000 or 1,000, whatever money you pay now, and your daughter is not able to come for September, or she doesn't want to come, or something XYZ, all our deposits are fully refundable.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was looking at. Is that for whatever reason, whether it is not changing a course or changing her mind, whatever, because so that option is there to take a full
So
refund.
all your deposits paid,
Yeah.
and if all our deposits are fully refundable for whatsoever reason, whether it's not only specific to COVID,
Right.
it can be anything,
Okay.
So some universities they say only if we can't run the class we will refund the deposit. That's not the case with Liverpool.
Okay.
So we understand. It's a very this thing. So basically, what we would say is anything you feel you don't want to come, anything at all, you can always request for a deposit.
Okay, wonderful.
So I will Ranveer, I'll just show it online on the website for the team here.
Please, yeah.
We are confused. So just give me a second. Please.
Sure.
So, ma'am, if you see, this is the website of the university. Okay, tuition fee deposit. As I said, we would like to provide a reassurance to you and around our tuition fees deposit refund policy. If you are unable to travel to the UK or decide not to take a place in the university in September and have paid a deposit, this is fully refundable. We do not charge any administrative fees to provide refunds to our accounts. So this gives you all the details. So you have a form which you can request for a deposit refund.
Okay. Thank you so much. That answers a lot of my questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much. So get in touch with the team.
I'll do that. I'll do that. Thank you so much.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. We have Tirthankar Mitra, who's inquiring about any age limit for the MSc course. Let me see if I can get him online. Sorry, just a minute. Hi, Tirthankar.
I just wanted to check with you that what is the upper age limit for your university? Like if a person who is 50 years of age, having 25 plus years of experience in a managerial position, if he was to pursue a master degree course in marketing, say international marketing or something like that. So what are the chances like, and will you accept that applications? Will you admit him or?
So Mr. Mitra, first and foremost, thanks for coming over for the webinar. Thanks for your time. Number two is, yes, so we would consider you as a matured student, okay? And you can very well put an application and it will be assessed by our compliance team to start with. Okay? There is nothing to say that students who have done their bachelor's 20 years back are not allowed to study.
No, not that actually. I did my bachelor's as well as I did a master's also from here.
Yeah. So basically, I understand you have 20 years of experience and now you want to do a specialized course. We definitely want to welcome your students. So definitely you can put an application. I don't see any reason why you shouldn't. Okay. So I understand you had a query about tuition fees as well. As I said, for our business programs, we charge £15,600.
I've seen that, and I got your question that you are taking the 4,000 in a 3,000 scholarship is there.
Yes.
So it will be 12,600. And how many installments are you?
3 installments. So 12,600 is payable in 3 installments. Installment 1 is 4,000, which you have to pay in India for cash.
Yeah, that you mentioned, right? You explained.
Yeah. So on enrollment, you should have paid 50% of a published fee. 50% of 15,600.
Okay.
Which is 7,800 something, whatever. So you have to pay the remaining 3,000 or 4,000. The balance of whatever it is, you have to pay in February 2021.
That's great. Second question is, since a person is having 25 years experience, what is the possibility of getting his placement after that with his experience?
So I think you should tell with so many years of, if so many years of experience, if you don't get a placement and a job in the UK, then who will get?
Right. No, that is true. Again,
so, but under the day, sir, as a university, we don't guarantee jobs or work. Okay.
Yeah, I know that.
For example, our international business program course, for instance, it comes with an added advanced practice module, wherein it is something like a placement wherein we put you into a company or a business in the UK where you have to work on a project.
Yeah, that you explained. I heard that.
So let's say you're into marketing. So we place you into Amazon where you work for 6 to 9 months. It all depends. And after that, you have the post-study work visa, wherein in the sense you have, it's something like a job visa. So in most cases, it all depends whether Amazon will take you or not. So with the Brexit happening, the European Union students, everybody has left. So there's a lot of opportunities for Indian students, international students. Like Indian students are considered the best because their English is perfect when compared to Chinese or a Bangladeshi student or a European Union student.
Okay. Secondly, that as you were saying that you can place him for 6-8 months in a company like Amazon, how much they're going to pay during the 6-8 months?
So our business programs are not paid, sir.
Okay.
So our business programs are 100%. It's a part of the course. It's not paid.
Okay.
Whilst our engineering programs are paid.
Yeah, fine. So after 1 year, let's say if somebody is not enrolling himself for this particular option, suppose after 1 year, what is the job possibilities, placement possibilities? Because you are there, so you know better that what sort of opportunities a student of this
profile. Mr. Mitra, there is a very high chance because I'm in the UK, I'm working.
Yes.
And I don't have as much experience as you, But what I'm saying here is, I can't comment on one person. See, it is not as easy as you think it is, neither it's hard.
Certainly not. It can't be easy.
There is an openings, there is a requirement. After Brexit, there's a requirement for lots and lots of jobs.
Right.
Okay? And ideally, as per the university, 87% of our international students are placed.
Again, the condition of those students and the difference between those students and me is that they are relatively fresh or 2, 3, 4 years experience.
Correct.
And I'm going with a pretty big experience of 25 years. So looking at my age, companies might not be interested also.
That's what I'm saying. See, there are two clauses with you. It depends your age, your experience, and what pay you demand.
Right.
So see, because that is something which I can't personally comment on behalf of the university because it's I think Ranveer can give you a more situation, but positively, it's a very complex situation.
Yeah.
But then 100% will get a job, but will you get a job and the pay you and the pay you are requesting, will the company will be giving that pay wherein I can get a fresher with the same pay? I don't know.
I tell you one thing, say if a person is not that much choosy about the pay, if he is ready to compromise.
Good chance.
Yeah, that is what I'm saying. Yeah.
There's a good chance. See, end of the day, it all comes to the budget. So for example, sir, in my university, I have a role for a projects coordinator with a pay scale of grade 8, which is 40,000 pounds.
Okay.
We are looking for a 3 to 4 years person who's experienced. Okay, if an 8 years person applies with the 40,000, I don't have any problem to take him. I'm more than happy.
Right.
But if the 8 years person says I don't want 40, I want 50,000, I say I don't have because my budget is 40,000.
40, yeah, you are right.
Yeah.
But again, sir, this is just speculative. I'm only telling you, it is something like COVID. Whether COVID will vaccine come on August 15th, nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Yeah.
So these are all speculative. It may not.
I'm not asking about any commitment or anything. I'm just asking about the possibilities.
But one thing is, the situation in the UK is much better than India. The job situation is very, very bright. And there's a lot of openings in different sectors.
Right.
And especially banking and finance, there's a lot of openings as
well. Banking and finance?
There's a lot of openings.
Actually, I'm from finance only. I'm working in finance only.
Yeah, so I'm saying, so these are the two areas where there's a lot of finance-based questions, positions.
So I would encourage you, Tirthankar, to get onto job websites, portals, see what kind of openings they are. And most of them would give you an indication of the kind of range of salaries. Average graduate salary in the UK is £28,000 as per the various government and other salary surveys. If you have 15-20 years experience, obviously you would be able to command a high salary depending upon how well your performance is and your background is and how well you.
So admission won't be a problem, you are saying?
Say again?
It should not be a problem. Again, sir, put an application from Combine and we will look into it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
So I think let's see if there are any further final questions. you have any further final question, I think we've covered most of them. We have a few others who have posted saying, I guess Vikram Singh is just inquiring, the MSc and the MEng is the same degree in the UK.
No,
it's a
it is
Master
not
of
the
Science.
same. So
okay.
MSc is Master of Science, which is a master's course.
Okay.
MEng is Master's Engineering, which leads to an MEng, which starts, it's a 4 years course.
But can I speak?
Yeah, Mr. Singh, please tell me.
Yeah, Vikram, go on.
Yeah. Sorry, sir, to disturb you, sir.
Go ahead.
Sir, I wanted to ask that which is a better one for a placement scenario? Like an MSc course or an MEng?
So, Mr. Vikram, even before you ask, you are not eligible for an MEng because MEng is an undergrad program.
Oh, okay.
It's a 4 years program.
Okay, it's not a PG.
So students apply after the 12th standard. So that is ruled out for you. In the UK, there is only either MSc or MA or MBA.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So you can in MSc you have a 1 year MSc or a 2 years MSc.
The Master of Science in Civil Engineering. Master of Science in Civil Engineering.
Yes.
Sir, at our university it is 1 year, right? At our university it is 1 year.
In MSc Civil Engineering, both options are available, 1 year and 2 years, right?
Yes.
Yes. So what will be the difference between both of them? Difference
I'm not able to hear.
You're saying what is the difference between the two? The first year is the taught program, and the second year is the placement year.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Right. I think we have covered the majority of the questions. If there's anything final, if anyone wants to raise their hand, we can give them a minute or so. So I think we have pretty much covered everything, Shailendra, in terms of intakes, in terms of deposits, delivery mode, and you have indicated what courses are available in September and what are courses are available in January.
Correct.
So I think with that, we have taken your time. We've gone over an hour.
No problem at all, Ranveer. I mean,
right?
good to see you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And if there's anything in terms of updates, if you can just let us know and maybe share the presentation, we'll send that out to the students.
Definitely.
And I think
no problem. I mean, it was great to meet up with you and every students.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So thank you very much. Thank you for your time. And everyone who's holding an offer, I would request you to apply. You pay your deposit as soon as possible.
Right. Okay. And the ones who are keen to apply should do so immediately.
Should do so immediately.
The option is up to them as and when they wish to join or defer or request a refund of deposit, which is free of cost.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right, Ranveer. So thank you very much. Thank you, guys. So I'm leaving now. It's fine, right?
Okay. Yeah. Right. Thank you. Thank you, Shailendra. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.